this woman here, Aurora woman, who is going to get killed, but she was wanted for murder. And she's seen here pointing a gun. This is from the body camera of one of the police officers. She's pointing a gun right at the police officers. So, they went ahead and ruled that it was justified. So the 18th Judicial District. So two Arapahoe County Sheriff's deputies who fatally shot a 52-year-old woman in September 2021 who is wanted in connection with the murder investigation. Now, this is Lisa Garcia. So Lisa Garcia here is, this is probably her last moments. She had shot and killed Neomi Tafoya, 41-year-old Neomi Tafoya. And they were going to a baby shower together, so they were actually friends. And she was wanted with first-degree murder, and they caught up with her. And then, she wasn't going to go down lightly. And they're not going to put any charges on the police officers. That's incredible. That's no charges at all. 0. So that means the prosecutors of Arapahoe County don't believe in their own criminal justice system. No charges, not a ticket. You don't think there's a probable cause that there's a dead body? Let a jury figure it out. Let a jury acquit a police officer. Let's see how good this jury system is in Arapahoe County. You'll shoot Tupac over jaywalking. But they, shoot and kill a person, and that's, I think the jury would be sympathetic. It seems like they did right, but it's just incredible because the damn system they take all these resources to bury the damn charge instead of just putting the charge through the system. Let's see how the system works. If the system works, then at the end, you're going to get justice. So, let us all watch how the system works. But District Attorney Rebecca Gleason apparently doesn't believe in her own system, cleared the deputies Joseph Hallett and Tyler Zimmerman of wrongdoing in the death of Lisa Garcia in a decision letter released Tuesday because of the police reform that Jared Polis had passed. And also Donald Valdez. Deputies Hallett and Zimmerman reasonably believe that Lisa Garcia posed an imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury to themselves. Both Arapahoe County deputies had the legal right to defend themselves and others. Deputy Justin Yantis was also cleared for shooting Garcia with a less lethal shotgun. A beanbag shotgun? After she had already been fatally shot by the other deputies and was lying on the ground. What? Hey, X-Lax, fucking Justin Yantis, after, there's been a couple bullets shot into the person, I doubt your beanbag, shotgun beanbag is going to do a goddamn thing. Jesus Christ, that's abuse of a corpse. The shooting occurred September 3rd, 2021. Denver police officers were scouting an apartment in the 7500 block of East Harvard Avenue, looking for Garcia. At the time, Garcia was wanted for first-degree murder in connection with the fatal shooting of a relative, 41-year-old Neomi Tafoya, July 24th, 2021. They saw Lisa Garcia walking outside the apartment complex. Lisa Garcia ran away. The deputies cornered her. And that's when she pulled out an airsoft gun. She pulled out a BB gun. A fucking BB gun. From her purse and pointed it at the deputies. The letter said, believing it was a real gun, Hallett and Zimmerman just, went to town on her, shooting the shit out of her for a total of 9 rounds. Bang, 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 bang. You're gonna point a goddamn BB gun at me, motherfucker? Don't even play like you're gonna. Lisa Garcia fell to the ground and was later pronounced dead at the scene. Autopsy concluded she had been shot in the chest, shoulder, neck, and fingers. While Garcia was on the ground, Yantis arrived and ordered her to show him her hands. When she didn't respond, he fired a less lethal shotgun at her buttocks. Shot her in the butt? Jesus Christ, this is some Sonny Corleone shit, right? You done shot her, she's not going to live, and now you just kicked her in the face. After he said he saw her leg move. Up! Looks like she might be alive. I'll shoot the leg. Don't worry, guys. Although the handgun was later determined to be an airsoft pistol, there was no way in the limited moment that they had to decide for the deputies to distinguish it from a lethal firearm. They could have tackled her. The continuum of force is what? Hands, and then taser, commands. Hands. What happened to hands? It was reasonable for the officer. That's what Gleason said. Don't worry. The cops went ahead and investigated. The system investigated themselves, and they determined that the establishment was correct and proper in everything that they did. They did nothing wrong. Shut the fuck up. Don't you dare sue us, you sons of bitches. The deputies were wearing the uniforms, identified themselves as law enforcement before the shooting, and there's body camera footage, and apparently their testimonies corroborated with the body cameras, according to their buddies, the prosecutors, right? Aren't the judges, prosecutors, and cops all on the white collar mafia? So behind the tragedies, behind the murder of Neomi Tafoya, this is Neomi Tafoya. So this is who Lisa Garcia had killed first before the police had killed her. So this is, Neomi Tafoya. She's 41 years old. Shot and killed for whatever, reason. Rest in peace, Neomi Tafoya. From Westward, there have been so many deaths by gun violence in Colorado in 2021 that many of the victims have received little more than brief mentions and blurbs or police blotters, but stories of love and loss lurk behind every passing, though few are as heart-rending as the one involving the late Neomi Tafoya. So, Tafoya was in a story about the state reaching 100 deaths by gunfire for the year in record time. Her fatal shooting in July spawned another one earlier this month. 52-year-old Lisa Garcia, the chief suspect in her slaying, was killed in a confrontation with Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office deputies that is currently under investigation. My daughter left 7 kids between 12 and 26 plus grandkids, said Larry Guerrera, Tafoya's father. So Neomi Tafoya had 7 kids and between 7 and 26 plus grandkids. How many grandkids you got? Around 12 to 26 plus. 21. You should know how many goddamn grandkids. Okay. So that's she had at least 12 to 27 kids and 12 to 26 plus grandkids. Goodness gracious. And then apparently Lisa Garcia had a bunch of kids too. She had kids and grandkids, and Lisa Guerrera said 2 lives were wasted, and for what? Nothing. Tafoya's death is only the latest tragedy to strike the family. She's the 3rd daughter we've lost in 15 months. 2 of my daughters died from fentanyl overdoses, and then Neomi was murdered by someone who was supposed to be her friend. They said there wasn't much detail in the police report, but apparently Neomi's mom, Karen, knew she'd gone to Lisa's house, the Vine Street address. Naomi said, "Come over and get me in 10 minutes," because they were going to a baby shower. When they got there, Lisa came out real fast and was shaking. Karen asked, "Why are you shaking?" And Lisa said, "Your daughter left." But she was lying to them all that time. Neomi was on the other side of the door dying. A short time later, Guerrera's son Larry and Tafoya's eldest, Johnny, gained access to the home and found Tafoya clinging to life. Johnny thought she'd been beaten and strangled because her eyes were out of her head, but she'd been shot in the head. A police officer who held Tafoya's hand in the ambulance to Denver Health told him that Neomi fought to survive, but the damage was too extensive. Garcia immediately became the top person of interest in the shooting, but Guerrera is uncertain about a possible motive. He's heard speculation about a disagreement over $300 or jealousy regarding a man with whom Neomi had been speaking, but Garcia isn't around to clear up the confusion. She reportedly aimed a handgun, but she didn't fire. She died of multiple gunshot wounds, Lisa Garcia did. She was on the run for more than 30 days. They had her under surveillance for 2 weeks. She might have just left the apartment because she didn't want to have a shootout around her kids and grandkids. A GoFundMe page for Neomi Tafoya only raised $400, not nearly enough to pay for everything. So it looks like it was justified. If it was justified, perfect. Yeah, I saw this movie with Jeff Bridges, and he was a police officer, and they just put him on the stand and said, okay, the prosecutor was giving him hell, just asking him the toughest questions in the world. And Jeff Bridges, he was the sheriff, and he was just like, yeah, I shot at the guy and I missed him, but then I shot the other one, and I had to do what I had to do. So basically, he was cool, calm, collected. The prosecutor is just sitting there saying, really, this was about financial interest. Really, you had it out for revenge. There was something bigger, something else was going on. No, man, no, he just, he ducked over the thing, and I kind of jumped off to the side, and I shot, and I, broke the chandelier, so I'm not going to pay for that. Like, we shouldn't have to pay for something like they had a damn killer in their house. What the hell is that about? So he was just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if it was outright murder, right? If they just, Fred Hampton, just a cop just went up and just outright murder, that should definitely go to a jury trial. If there's a dead body involved, it should go to a damn jury trial. It needs to be adjudicated by the people. A grand jury, a jury trial. The grand jury just issues an indictment. So it begins the process. It actually would stop a felony. So you need a jury trial. You need a jury trial for each and every dead body. If I'm the police officers in Arapahoe County, I'd be happy. In fact, I would volunteer. Put me through the damn process. Yeah, charge me with first degree, murder. Did I intentionally deliberate? No, none of that happened. So it was police action, justified police action, and they were heroes. Once a jury, adjudicates the thing and then acquits them, now they have a stamp of approval from a jury of their peers. And now we all know that it was, fine and dandy and just. But now we're supposed to believe the goddamn system, who don't even have they don't have any confidence in their own criminal justice system. How am I supposed to have any confidence in your all's criminal justice system when you don't have any confidence in your own goddamn criminal justice system? The whole idea of the criminal justice system, the jury system, it works, right? So there's definitely probable cause that a crime had occurred. So charge, that person with the felony, and then put them through the 10 steps of the criminal procedure, the summons and the arrest and the advisement of charges, the preliminary hearing, the disposition, and then the motions hearing, then the pretrial readiness hearing, and then the trial. And then there's sentencing, and then death, penalty sentencing, and some other. So, but there's like 10 steps that the rest of us have to go through. All the citizens of Colorado has to go through. But if you're a police officer and you shoot and murder a person, whether it was justified or not, who the fuck are you to tell me behind closed doors that this shit was, all fine and dandy? Yeah, right. You need to make a case to me, make it clear, crystal. I'm glad that, the police reform, they have to explain why they don't file charges now because of the police reform. So at least they have to say, these are the reasons why we are not pursuing charges, because we've deemed them not guilty. They're innocent until proven guilty, and we don't think there's enough evidence to take them to trial. There's a dead body. That's enough evidence that something might have happened. And like I said, get them adjudicated, get it acquitted, and now they have the big stamp of approval of a jury of their peers saying what they did was right and proper and heroic and good, and hooray, good, great for the police. But if you don't believe in your own, criminal justice system, if you think it's a rocket docket slaughterhouse, if you think it's just a goddamn, slide down a hellscape slide, if it's just a goddamn rocket docket slaughterhouse, each and every person, woe to all ye who enter here. If you would assume that it's a rocket docket slaughterhouse, then you would make sure that no police officers would even get charged with a jaywalking ticket. Not even a jaywalking ticket, because hell, you broke the law. You're on the opposite side. You're on that side there, Buster Brown. So, like I said, it looks like it was justified, but who the fuck knows, right? Who the fuck knows? The system went ahead and put a stamp of approval of A murder. Oh, okay. Lisa Garcia, shot at Neomi Tafoya. Lisa Garcia pulls out a little BB gun. So they shot her 9 times for the BB gun. Looks like suicide by cop, right? She knew she wasn't going. I mean, what was she going to do with BB? Maybe she would have shot him with BB. Maybe shot him in, the face or in the eyes a couple times to get find some gap in the line and break on through to the other side.